Hello and welcome. I don't know if I'll ever make this public, but if you are watching this, welcome. I am making this video to start like a little pregnancy diary series, and this video I'm going to talk about weeks 1 through 4 of my pregnancy, what I did different this cycle, the time of the events that everything happened, finding out symptoms, all that good stuff. So as most of you already know, I am pregnant after 2 years and 7 months of infertility. So, I mean, y'all can only imagine how blessed I feel, how it feels surreal. Like, I never thought this day would come. Like, I had faith that it would, but it just like never felt like it could happen. So anyways, we can talk about my infertility journey and all that good stuff in another video, but today I just want to kind of focus on that. So this cycle, the two main differences that I did, because I'm gonna have to make a video of like different things that I tried that didn't work and then what did work, but this cycle, and this is for people trying to get pregnant. So if you're just some friend or maybe even a guy that I went to high school with, this is probably going to be too much information for you, gross and useless and boring. So anyways, for the people that are interested or are needing help getting pregnant, I'm just going to say what worked for me this cycle. So this cycle, the main difference that I just realized literally 5 minutes ago is that usually I take letrozole to help me ovulate. Well, usually I take 3 pills cycle day 3 through 7. This cycle, I went to sleep on cycle day 3, completely forgot to take my pill, freaked out, called my doctor the next morning, and they were like, it's totally fine, just take it 4 through 8. Don't know if that made a difference at all, but here I am pregnant, so could have been some of that, could have been a combination of things. So that was one thing that was different. Another thing that was different was that I added CoQ10 into my supplements this month. So I know that that helps with egg quality, so that could have really helped. I'm not sure. Another thing, this is my second cycle using soft cups after intercourse to kind of just help the sperm stay up there and hopefully have a higher chance of fertilizing the egg. And so I did that every single time that I had intercourse around, you know, my fertile days. And what else? This month I also started having intercourse earlier, because sometimes I would have intercourse, you know, at the beginning of the cycle, and then kind of just, you know, if we got busy, tired, whatever, we would wait until I got a positive test. And then once I got the positive test, then I would start having intercourse and doing all that. But this month, or this last cycle, we had, you know, sex like almost every other day after I started, after I stopped my period. And then after that, we had sex a few days before I even had a positive ovulation test, and then had sex the day of my positive ovulation test. I don't want to tell y'all wrong, so maybe I should make sure. So yeah, I think it really helped to have sex before I even got a positive ovulation test, because I feel like if you wait until you have that positive test, it might be too late. Like, the egg might be already ready to come out, and then by the time the sperm gets up there, just way too late. But anyways, so those are the main things that I did different. This month I told myself, oh, and then one thing, I did miss one of the fertile days because we went to a party. My husband had one too many drinks, and he fell asleep. And I was pretty upset, but I was like, oh well, if it didn't work, it didn't work, and we'll always have next cycle. I mean, I'm kind of used to getting negative tests. So anyways, that's one of the main things that I did different. Now, one of the things that stood out to me this month is our friends came over on Saturday. Let's see, Friday the 30th. They came over, we had a game night, we had a lot of fun. I drank like 3 or 4 tequila shots and some micheladas, and I was pretty drunk. I wasn't wasted, but I was pretty drunk. My friend Karen spent the night, and we kind of had like a little sleepover in my guest bedroom, and we were chatting, and I know that I was pretty drunk because the next day I couldn't completely remember what we talked about. I mean, I could remember what we talked about, but I couldn't remember like any details. And then I feel like whenever I was talking with her, I could feel myself like repeating myself. So anyways, I got drunk that night, but I remember that that day I wiped, and I had red on my toilet paper. So I was like, wait a minute, that's strange. And the weird thing is that it was on cycle day 8, and I'm like, wait a minute, that could be implantation. Like, that wouldn't be, too far off. So she spent the night Friday, and then Saturday, July 31st is whenever I was hungover. I threw up and had a headache today, but only because I'm hungover. And then I put that I was spotting. So that's the day that I was spotting, and that's the day that I implanted. I'm almost 100% sure. So if you don't know, once you implant, within 48 hours, like after 48 hours, you should be able to get a positive test. So that was Saturday. So Sunday and Monday. Monday came, I was like, it's not technically 48 hours, but I'm just gonna take a test. I have so many tests, why not? So I took a test, I dipped it, put it down, and then covered it so that I couldn't see it if I just walked in the restroom. I went back to bed, laid with June, and I watched a video of this girl named Karen Swan. She's actually another YouTuber, and she was posting her live pregnancy test, and she was, pregnant. And so whenever I finished watching the video, I was like, I guess, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Anyways, whenever I went back to the restroom, I was like, I might as well check it. And I always record myself checking my pregnancy test just in case. Thank God, because, oh my gosh, in that video, I don't know if I'll post it, but I looked like a ratchet mess because I had the ugliest pajama top on, like just t-shirt, old, and my hair was a mess, and I looked busted, but I did not care. I was like, it's probably gonna be negative anyways, because honestly, there's been other times when I'm more like confident, like, I'm probably pregnant, and it's been negative, of course, but like I'll put like a nicer t-shirt on and like kind of fix my hair a little bit. But this time I was like, it's probably gonna be negative, and it's super early. Like, it was literally 10 DPO, which is 10 days past ovulation, if you don't know. And so I told myself, if it's negative, I'm not going to be bummed out, because it's way too soon, like, for anything. Like, it's 10 days past ovulation. So I was like, unless that was implantation bleeding, let's just expect it to be negative. So that's what I did. I expected it to be negative. And to my surprise, it was positive. Oh my gosh. There was a faint line, but it was there. Like, you can still see it if you look at the test, even when it's dry. You can see a line there, and before it was stark white. So I was like, oh my God, I could not believe it. I called my friend Rebecca. She actually woke her up, poor girl, but I woke her up, sent her a picture, and I'm like, do you see the line? Do you see the line? And she's like, yes, I see it. And then I realized that my tests are all expired. So I'm like, are you kidding me? And they were like expired, like they were expired in 2020, like August of 2020. So that's like over a year ago, or a year ago. But anyways, so I'm like, oh my goodness, these tests are probably just positive because they're expired. And I was like, try not to freak out. And I'm like, wait a minute, but I've taken these tests every month the past 7 months. So why is it positive now? Just because it's expired? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm out of breath. So then I'm like, I'm not gonna believe it until I go get a pregnancy test that's like not expired. So I go to freaking CVS right by my house, come back, I take it, I like dip it in the pee, I set it down, and while it's like processing, I call my doctor, and it's like, I told myself, don't get your hopes up, but my hopes were already high, because I called the doctor and I'm like, I just got a positive pregnancy test. And yeah, I think it's funny because like I'm telling myself I'm not gonna believe it, but like it was like my heart couldn't believe it, but my mind was like, yep, you're pregnant. But my heart was like, no, like let's make sure. So I after that, anyways, I called the doctor, make my appointment. The girl that I talked to did not know what she was talking about. She said I was 2 weeks. And I'm like, because this is my first pregnancy, so I didn't know if they count from your first day of your last period, or if they count from ovulation. So she said it was from ovulation. So she's like, yeah, you're probably 2 weeks. So they made my appointment for like the middle of September, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be the longest 2 months or month and a half ever. But they still made my appointment to come in the next day for blood work, just to confirm that I'm pregnant. And then they later called me and they moved my appointment up and told me I was probably around 3 to 4 weeks. And so anyways, I told Fabian that I was pregnant, and then we told our parents, and the next day we told his grandparents and most of his cousins and uncles, and a few of my cousins, and actually I still gotta tell some people in my family, but oh, I don't know, I just get nervous. But anyways, so anyways, that's been kind of like the little rundown of the past week. Today is Tuesday, August 10th, and we found out on Monday, August 2nd. So it's been quite the week. Let's see, what else did I want to share? So yeah, like I said, one thing that stood out to me is that implantation bleeding. I'm almost 100% sure that that's what it was. And what stood out to me even more is that it had like little pieces of like tissue or like blood clots. And I was like, that's weird. But yeah, I can't believe it. Like, I think it's really special, and I'm happy that my body gives me these signs, because I started being able to feel when I was gonna ovulate. Not everybody gets that pain in their ovaries, but I get that pain in my ovaries when I'm about to ovulate. And then I got implantation bleeding, and that's pretty rare. Like, not everyone gets implantation bleeding. So I'm just like, I don't know, it just makes me happy that my body gives me these signs. So anyways, so we found out Tuesday, Wednesday, we told more of our family, and then the day after that, Wednesday, let's see, trying to see what exactly happened. So yeah, I had blood work Tuesday the 3rd. And then they called me and told me that my HCG was at 34, which was, you know, very early. And my progesterone was like 18. And they were like, are you comfortable with taking progesterone shots, like injections? And I'm like, whatever I gotta do to have a healthy baby, I will do it. It does not matter. Just let me know and I will be there. So they ordered them. And then so we got blood work done on Tuesday. On Thursday, we went to the doctor again. They drew blood again to check my HCG to make sure that it was doubling. And then that's the day that they taught Fabian how to inject me. So Thursday was my first injection at the doctor's office by the nurse. And then, yeah, we just had a fun weekend. We went to a concert Thursday, because it's funny because we were planning on like going and having all this fun and drinking and stuff. And of course, Fabian did, but I couldn't, of course. But I still had so much fun. It was J Balvin, Raul Alejandro. We seen, and it was just so much fun. We stayed out in Dallas, and then we went to the JFK Museum. And what else? We went swimming with Noah and Alize on Saturday. And yeah, I was just telling Fabian, like, I was just like, oh, our baby had so much fun this week, like for the first week of us knowing. And yeah, so anyways, one bad thing that did happen is Saturday when we picked up the kids, we found out that they had been exposed to COVID. Excuse me. So that meant that we were also exposed to COVID. So I'm kind of waiting 5 days to go get a COVID test. But I don't have any symptoms or anything, but I still just want to be sure. So that's what's been going on the past week. As far as symptoms, I feel like starting on Saturday, the day that I had the implantation bleeding, I've been having super realistic, vivid dreams like no one's business. Like every single time I fall asleep, whether it's a nap or going to sleep at night like a regular night's sleep, like I get the most vivid dreams about situations that are happening in real life, like scary dreams that feel so real. Like that's one of my main symptoms. Thank God that I don't have any nausea. And another TMI, my nipples are so sensitive, like they hurt. Like they don't just hurt like me sitting here, but if I touch them or my shirt rubs up against it or anything, oh my gosh, they hurt almost as if, like, just imagine like I've already been breastfeeding or something. Like, I don't know, that's what it feels like. Like they hurt, like they're raw almost. So yeah, that's another symptom. And then like cramping, I'll randomly get like a pretty sharp cramp, and honestly at first it would scare the crap out of me, and I would be like, oh my god, like I'm gonna have a M word. I refuse to say that word, by the way. I will not say the M word, but I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have an M word. But now I know it's just the baby stretching my uterus, and so, or the uterus stretching for the baby, whatever. But it's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's really tough right now because I haven't seen an ultrasound, or plus this is my first pregnancy. I don't know what to expect, so it's just scary. But oh my god, I'm so blessed, because the day also that we found out that we were pregnant, we also found out we were pre-approved for our next home. So we should be into our next home at the beginning of December, and it's gonna be a 5-bedroom home. And I'm just like, I'm just so excited. I feel so blessed. Like God's timing is perfect. And you know, I had 2 years and 7 months is like kind of a long time. So there was moments in those months that I was just like, when is it gonna happen? Like, we're 27 years old, we're financially stable. Like, what more do we need to prepare for this baby? Like, we want this baby so bad. We prayed for this baby every single night. Like, I'm not joking. That's one thing we would never forget to pray about. And but literally, in me and Fabian's relationship and life together, God has never been late. He's always on time. He always shows us that his plan is 100 times better than ours. So I'm just like really excited, because we're gonna be getting a new house, and then I'm pregnant, and then, oh, I forgot to say this. So today I am, let's see, according to like my chart and my HCG levels, I am 4 weeks and 6 days. So I turn a new week every Wednesday. Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow will be 5 weeks. My due date is April 13th as of now, but that could change with the ultrasound. But yeah, I don't even know what I was saying before that. But yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna buy our new house, and then in April we'll have our baby. And I just like, woo, just gonna give us enough time to prepare the room, and I can't wait to the gender reveal and our baby shower. And I'm just like, all these things that I've dreamed of like are so close, and I'm just praying to God that our baby is healthy and strong, and that my pregnancy goes well, and I'm trying to eat healthy and just do all the things. So yeah, that's kind of the symptoms that I've had within the first week of knowing. So basically just really vivid dreams and like sore nipples. That's pretty much it. I will make, that's until like last Wednesday. So that's from my first day of my period to last Wednesday. So tomorrow I will make a video for how I've been feeling. Should I make a video every week, or should I make a video every other week? Because I don't know, I feel like nothing's really gonna change every single week. Like, I don't know. Or maybe should I just make a video whenever I start feeling the symptoms? I don't know, I'll figure it out. But anyway, that is my little what happened this cycle, what stood out, what symptoms I've had, and time of the events and all that good stuff. But Anyways, I'm so excited. If my baby is watching this, baby, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you. I'm so happy to have you in my belly right now. And I'm just so thankful for you. I'm thankful that this time for you to grow in my belly is finally here. I've dreamt of this since I was a little girl. I've prayed for you for so long, and so has your dad. And we just can't wait for celebrating you and to meet you. So anyways, I will see y'all next time.